Welcome back to Gotchu Gotchu. My name is Joseph. On my right,
Serena.
yeah, it's been 2 months since we last recorded.
Yeah. So what's up?
Me, I'm back. You're back. It's January now.
It's almost February.
Yeah, that's true.
Valentine's Day.
When's the Valentine's Day?
February 14th. That's when it always is.
I don't really keep up with those, so.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
You never have Valentine's?
Oh, nah. These days, nah.
You're married to the money.
Nah, I'm married to, I don't know. Videos?
Yeah,
Maybe
your
videos.
content.
Yeah. For now, content season.
Okay.
What about you? What season are you in right now?
Trying to graduate season.
Graduate? How many years do you have left? Like one more year?
Well, because I switched majors, I have another semester. Or
Wait.
maybe like more.
Okay. But how old are you? Are you junior?
I'm 20, yeah.
You're junior.
I'm a junior.
You're gonna, so some second semester's ending, so you have one more year plus a semester.
One more. Yeah, after this semester. One more year.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Are you excited? Are you scary? What's your emotional?
I'm not. I don't feel
status?
anything. I just try to live every day and enjoy my every single day. And then if you do that, then eventually
Gotcha.
you can't. I'm not trying to wait, or I'm not trying to live at. What am I trying to say here? I don't wait for things to happen.
You make it.
I make
your
it
own
happen.
path. You make
exactly.
your own path.
Well, it's like it's kind of weird to be like, oh, after I graduate, then I'll finally start like doing this or something. You know, like just do whatever you want today.
Gotcha.
You feel that?
I don't really think about it, so maybe I'm the
Yeah, you
same
don't.
as
You definitely don't
I
think
think
about
what it is. But thank you for texting me to do the podcast, because for 2 months I kind of stopped everything, like the podcast, so I got lazy.
Oh man. So I'm keeping you in check.
Yeah, sort of.
Well, also you kind of keep me in check.
Yeah.
With my social media stuff too.
Yeah. You have new update, right?
Okay, yeah. So
what's been going on with your thing?
for the past couple of months.
Couple months?
Yeah. We started doing it in like September.
But you never mentioned it on the podcast.
Yeah, because it wasn't like at a point where it wasn't concrete enough in my mind. But now I need to actually start getting it out there. So now I'm like, okay, yeah.
You need to make videos.
This is real now.
Oh, okay,
yeah.
Gotcha.
But I've been working on an app with my friends called Roes, and it's travel itinerary app. So we use AI to generate itineraries based on a personality test that you take and location and duration that you choose, and then it generates itineraries for your entire day, and then you go through and you can you can look at the description of the events, and if it's not something that you really want to do, you can either edit your personality traits, or you can edit the app the event itself and the app will also generate some other like replacement events if you don't like a certain event. So basically like streamlining the travel planning process, and now I have to start getting it out there, and that's scary because showing the world something that you work very hard on is a very scary thing, because you don't know how it's going to be taken, but that is something that you must do. So yeah.
So did they approach you, or did you approach them?
Oh, well, first they approached my brother because they wanted him, because he's like an actual engineer, and so like they were like, can you help us design this in XYZ? And they were like, yeah. And but like they all know that I'm more of the artistic person in our whole group, and also like I could use the experience because I'm looking for jobs. So eventually, like, I started working on my, like, I was like, I asked them, I was like, can I, like, start working? Or, like, just getting an idea. And they were very open about it. And then eventually my brother got busy, so I kind of took over. And then, like, now it's just, like, us three.
So what was your brother supposed to do?
Basically, like, because he does a lot of front-end coding. So that's, like...
What is that?
Designing the, like, websites you see, apps you see, like, the colors and the formatting. Like, that's all front-end engineers. And what I do as a UX designer is I come up with the design and, like, make sure it's accessible, readable, whatever, and then the front end coders, like, make it happen, like, with code.
Gotcha.
And so he has experience with that in an actual company, and so that's what they wanted him to do. But because I'm better at making things look better, and
so did you design the website that we just saw?
No, I did not. I coded a different mock-up of the website, and he's kind of, like, basing it off of that. But the website's, like, that's a landing page. It's not the real website. A landing page is just somewhere people can go to sign up for updates on the app. But, like, actual website, it's not fully functioning, is what I'm trying to say. You know what I mean?
So people don't use the Roes on the website. They use it on the app.
Mm-hmm.
That's why it's
right now. Okay. But eventually, like, with, like, TripAdvisor, you know, you can type whatever location you want in TripAdvisor, and it has the same functionalities as the app. And eventually we'll get there. But for now, it's a local app too. We haven't even, like, uploaded it to the App Store yet.
Got you. So you said there were two people at the top, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sounded that one of them's the
he's like the business coder? Guy. Yeah, one's the coder. It's like full stack. Okay. You know, like,
I don't know.
Full stack means, like, so there's the front end and the back end. If you're a full stack, then you are, like, you can do both.
Oh, that's a good one. Okay. It's better, right?
Yeah.
That's better.
Yeah, he's a coder. And then the other guy, I don't know, he just does everything else. Like, business, what to do next, kind of putting all the pieces together.
Why do they need your brother to help with them when they already have the full stack coder?
Well, my brother would have just, like, designed it.
Oh, they needed a designer. Okay, gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're also designing their thing now instead of him?
Well, yeah. Now we kind of took his place because he's busy.
So you're doing a design thing, and then you're also marketing.
Like, marketing, yeah, because, like, they know that I like just, like, making videos and stuff, and it's something I'm interested in, so they're like, why not another opportunity for me to try to get better? And I don't know. My TikTok right now, I mean, I don't post consistently enough for it to, like, actually... I posted a lot over break, actually. But you can't... Like, it's not enough to get, like, traction. And, like...
Wait, are you posting it on the Serena Hao?
Yeah, I'm posting on the one we made.
Oh, okay, gotcha. That's good.
You're not seeing them?
No. Since last year you completely stopped posting it, so I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, but now I'm starting back again? No, I've been starting. I got a whole setup now I edit all my videos on my computer, which, like, makes it way faster, and it makes it feel like I'm doing real work.
Like, editing on the laptop?
Yeah.
What do you use?
CapCut.
Yeah, that's good.
It's so easy.
CapCut's good.
It makes it so fast, and, like, I have my own, like, I got, like, a 500 gigabyte flash drive, so I store my videos on there. So I'm getting serious. Gotcha. But it's really hard to keep posting because I'm trying to graduate season, so I don't know.
Because I know that people who use CapCut, they're actually they can actually make really good videos with CapCut.
Wait, check out my... Well, I sent you that one video of me teaching you how to lift. I went through everything that I was supposed to edit. Is it Serena Hao?
Wait a sec. This dude uses CapCut, and then if you look at his quality, if you look at the quality of his videos, it's really good. Where is it? Let me just go to his pinned. His name is Nat Jong Sala.
Nat Jong Sala.
He's a short form creator. Which one should we... Okay, let's just go with that. This is by CapCut.
So 0 to kind of 25 is beer, Star Wars, making out, college football. 0 to 25 is usually pretty happy. 25 to 45 is what I call the shit gets real.
It's actually really good.
Wow. Wait.
With CapCut.
Well, he must have CapCut Pro.
Probably.
And it's like, how is he doing those animations?
Yeah. If you, I don't know if you guys can see.
Who you're born to, the circumstances
Oh,
of your
the
life.
copyright.
I don't
But
know
like
if
you
he's
can do this with CapCut.
Yeah, but it's like, how is he doing those animations?
I don't know. I'm not using CapCut, but you can do this with CapCut.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
really
CapCut,
good.
like, at this point, it's really, if you're making short form videos,
Yeah.
that's all you need.
CapCut's good. What was I gonna ask you?
I don't know what we were talking about.
The people at the top. Oh, why did they start making Roes? They already have a full-time job, but they're trying to make
Because
another
they hate
one.
their jobs. Well, it's more like,
Wait, who hate the job? Both of them?
I'm more in contact with the business guy, the coder. He just like codes, but I have weekly meetings with my friend who he works on. So he went to Roes. He was like president of like some like one of the big consulting clubs there. So like he was doing well in Roes, and Roes is a very good business school. And so he lands a job in New York on Wall Street working for a hedge fund. But obviously, like, that kind of job is not fulfilling, and this kind of, like, he's very, like, he's not the type of guy to be content with working for someone else all the time. And he says that to me, like, it really does feel like all the work he does is for nothing, because it's not anything that...
It's for other people's dreams.
Yeah, and it's, like, it's terrible, and I can completely understand. And so he's trying to make something for himself, and, like, sometimes he's just like, yeah, I want to quit my day job right now and just, like, put everything into this. And I think it's a good idea. Like, I trust everything. I trust the people I'm working with, and I trust that if we put enough into it, that it could get somewhere.
Gotcha. How long has he been working at the current job?
Not that long.
Oh, not that long.
He graduated in 2022.
2022. So 1 year.
Over a year.
And then
it's almost 2 years this May. Yeah.
Oh, 2 years, and then he wants to.
Yeah. Like, realistically, it's very early in his career, but for him to already have these feelings, like, I think it's good too, because then you get a head start on, like, your own visions and stuff.
So do you think he's gonna drop out?
I think so.
Not drop out, like.
I do. I think
so?
eventually he will. Right now it's too early for him to do that, I think.
Well, yeah, probably.
But if we can, like, I think, like, this whole marketing thing is, like, it's gonna be pretty crucial in terms of, like, seeing where this whole thing goes.
Attention.
Sure. Yeah. It's all very based on the public.
Gotcha. So the business dude doesn't like his job. What about the other one? He likes his job.
I don't know much about him.
Oh, you don't know much about him.
Yeah, I don't have meetings with him. Like, I mean, I've known him since I was like probably 8 or something, but coders are not as social, you know.
But they're nice. They're very stable.
Yeah, exactly. They're just like
stable.
happy, and like, they just like
they're very stable.
spend hours on one piece of code and like are somehow happy afterwards still. Yeah.
So I heard something about the Y something com.
Oh, Y Combinator.
That's a famous one, right?
Yeah, it's a pretty big application for startups.
It's like if you go in there, it's gonna get to 1 billion.
Yeah,
something.
if you can just like, yeah. You've heard of it before?
Yeah, because when I was doing my sparkling water thing, I was like, I was looking into like the SaaS business, like software, blah blah blah, like yours, because that's like the trend.
What?
And, like the SaaS business. I think it's software. What is it? What's the full name?
I have no idea.
SaaS. Because people go. Oh wait, let me do one at a time. SaaS, software as a service. People like this business model because it has higher profit margins.
Yeah, it's very what's it called? Scalable.
And then 90% profit margin, when you're selling a product, it's only like 10%, 15%, 20%. With this one, you take like a big chunk.
Well, yeah, because you're not paying for materials. Like once it's made, it's made.
Yeah, it's like OnlyFans. sort of. You take everything. All the
Right,
money goes
exactly.
in. That's all mine.
Like, yeah, if you think about it, like,
There's no inventory.
the only labor or the only cost is labor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good
Wow.
idea.
So, okay, so yeah, so with what you're looking into applying for, or where's your sparkling water thing at right now?
Right now, I'm waiting for Amazon verification code. It was supposed to come tonight. Today or yesterday, because of the weather, it got delayed.
Oh, what do you mean for what?
To make an account, like the seller account, you need the verification
Why
code.
would the weather prevent a verification code from coming late? Like
they'll like send the mail.
Oh,
to my
it's a
mobile.
physical.
The physical.
That's
like a verification that you're you're an actual person.
Oh, I see. Interesting.
So I need to get that, connect to my Shopify, and then order the inventory.
Mm-hmm.
Amazon picks it up, and then I'm ready to go.
Okay.
And I have the videos.
You already have some being made.
I already have about like only 10 videos, but we'll see. We'll see.
That's pretty exciting.
It's gonna take a long time. This thing, the stress.
Really? Why are you stressed?
It's like there's a lot of waiting game.
You can't just continuously work on it.
You submit something and then it's gonna take 3 to 5 business days. Okay, you wait for that, and then you do that. You wait 3 to 5 business days. It's like constantly like it's in your head.
Yeah.
It's like I have to wait for this.
Mm-hmm. I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Well, because it's like we live in an instant gratification world.
Yeah.
No one wants to wait for their success anymore.
Yeah. But I don't know. If the sparkling water doesn't work,
what?
It has to work.
Right,
because I already filed for the trademark and everything.
Are you serious?
Like LLC trademark.
LLC.
Like I'm already deep into the game.
Oh, but you have to. Like, you gotta commit to it if you
Like I already
believe in
paid
it.
a ton of money to set up everything.
Well, you've bought the inventory already?
Huh?
You bought the inventory already?
Nah, I have the packaging, I have the manufacturer, I have everything set up. I just need the Amazon verification code.
How do you find the manufacturer?
You Google. Yeah. Packaging, Google. It's all out there.
Are they good? Like, were they good to work with? Like, how'd you know that it was like it was a good manufacturer for you?
Like if you're emailing someone, like you can see the vibe. You can tell the vibe.
Yeah.
Like if they're using certain words, like that's a red flag. If they're not being respectful when you're emailing them, then that's a red flag.
Because like I know with manufacturing now, like it's hard because a lot of manufacturers that are in China are just trying to ship right to the consumer instead of going through the whole like what do you call it? Whatever you're doing, you know.
Yeah, the middleman.
They're trying to be smart now, and I guess it's kind of like I'm really starting to realize how beneficial it is now to be like Chinese and like my mom has crazy like she's like connections in China where it's like this is what it means to like use like the biggest manufacturer in the world. You
Alibaba.
can use that. Yeah, exactly. Everyone there learns what Alibaba is and like they literally don't know what to do.
Like everyone who's doing the drop shipping, the Amazon drop shipping, I think most of them use Alibaba to get their product.
Well, that's like
so cheap.
It's so cheap, but it's also like not very differentiable. And if everyone's using it, then what makes you think that you're going to be successful when there are millions of other people using the exact same manufacturer as you?
Then it comes to marketing, branding.
I know. Everything comes down to that. And it's so hard. It's so hard.
But it's fun.
Yeah, if you have the time.
Yeah. Do you remember like a few years ago when I was first starting, I was in school, like, fuck, I don't like going to classes. But now I'm done.
So you started when you were still in school?
Yeah.
But how many years did you have?
Wait, I thought we did the podcast when I was in school doing the thing.
Right.
Yeah.
No,
What do you
yeah,
mean?
but I
You saw it. You saw what I was doing.
yeah, but you were in like I saw your Google Calendar. It was not that
Yeah.
full. You were doing school, but you were in grad
Yeah.
school. Like as
That's
a
true. That's true.
like, you know, I do forget that. So, but you've only been done for a bit. Why did I think you've been done with school for a long time?
I don't know.
Time flies when you're
Time
having fun.
flies.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, the topic today is travel tips.
Right.
So since you are working on the Roes, right?
Mm-hmm.
What are some travel tips that you can kind of?
Well,
Tell
I think that's
people.
super broad. Like maybe
Uh-huh.
give me a category or a place.
Something you learned while kind of working on Roes about traveling.
There are because there's like the personality test, the different categories that we came up with, where some of them I didn't really think of right off of the top of my head.
Mhm.
Like, I don't know, like we found a really simple way to like encompass everything that goes into like a good trip. And like one of them is like, I can't even remember some of them. One of them is like novelty versus culture. Wait, no. Something about, I don't know what we called it, but like, do you want to be like a average tourist and go to all the big places, or are you more into the smaller places that may be hit or miss, or could be like the best thing that you've ever experienced in your whole life? And people have to think within themselves and be like sometimes when I go travel, I was just like, oh, let me just go here, here, here. But now you have to think about like, what do you really value when you travel? Why do you really travel? You know, like, do you want to see the places do you just want to be safe and like live the travel life that everyone advertises, or do you really want to like create your own, does that make sense?
Yeah. So are you
Like-
the type to go to big places, like well-known places?
Well, it's like when you go to Italy, like, do you want to go to the Colosseum and the Trevi Fountain and the Pantheon, or do you want to like go on the outskirts of like farms, sure, or like when I was in Rome, I went to a pool that was on a cliff, and the view of the river was like the best view I've seen. I wanted like one of the best views I saw in Italy. And I also like went to this like really nice lake town, and that was like probably one of my best experiences too, of like, and those places exist, you know, a lot. Like, I mean, I think everyone knows at this point, like, if you're gonna plan a trip and you only plan the most like touristy destinations, that's gonna like, those aren't the best places to go to. Those are just the most well-known.
So what do you recommend to people?
That's why it's hard to say. Like, we have to we let them choose, because what do you respect more, like your time or your experiences? Like, I think with the safer bet of the more touristy points, like, you're gonna for sure get an experience that is generally liked, and you'll know where to go. But with the other places, like, you might not like them because they're not as popular, or you might waste your time because you thought it was going to be good, but you didn't like it. And so that was a whole chunk of time you could have spent going to somewhere really popular that like would have been fine. You know,
let's say I'm going to a specific place for the first time, then I always just go for the famous ones.
Yeah, that's
like the
also
restaurants famous.
I'd
places
agree with
famous.
that, right? Like,
Yeah.
but like eventually you'd want to find okay.
But if it's my second time, then I'll go to somewhere else.
Yeah, but only a few people have a luxury to travel
Yeah.
to those places more than once. Yeah, well then that's another reason why we let them choose, because maybe it's their 5th time going to wherever place, and so like they want to use our app to find those really niche places that like the simple Googling maybe can't really find.
Like, how does MBTI have to do with traveling, like location
What do you mean
wise?
MBT?
The personality thing.
Oh, well, no, because that's how we choose the certain like places that we put on the itinerary.
So, how does it relate?
Because like if you are more of a nature person, we're gonna pick like a farm. Versus if you want to be in a city, then we're gonna choose like a bar.
Let's say. So what's like when you say personality, like how do they categorize those? What do they use?
There are like 5 categories. Hold on.
Gotcha. For personality.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's like a scale, so we don't want to make it like too complicated where we're not. It's not like a job interview or anything like that. But it's like, okay, so the first one is, do you want to sightsee or do you want to have an activity? Sightseeing. Sightseers never forget to snap some photos and love to see new things. If you prefer activities, you prefer to do things instead and travel for the experience. Nature versus culture. That's like nature prefers Earth's natural beauty, mountain peaks, ocean, shores. Culture lovers want to see humanity's greatest hits, like museums, historic art.
What
stuff
about,
like
let's
that.
say I'm trying, for example, this is one of the examples, but let's say I'm trying to travel to Korea, and I'm gonna go to Seoul, right? Let's say I like. So there, what was the personality options?
Oh, nature versus
Nature.
culture.
Culture.
Sightsee versus activities. Comfort versus adventure. Popularity versus novelty.
Yeah. What if I want to go to Seoul, but I want to see nature? Does that work? It's a
There's
city.
not much nature.
But it's a city.
Oh.
But I also want to see a little bit of nature,
Oh yeah, of course it works. I mean, we're gonna make the best of what we have in the location. I'm sure there are places in Seoul that are like nature.
parks.
Yeah, that's what it would be.
Gotcha.
Wait a minute. Travel tips. Wait.
So personality. What were we talking? Travel tips. What were travel tips? Going to well-known places versus.
Yeah, I guess if you travel
yeah.
tips if you're going to those well-known places, from my experience, don't get robbed. Try not to put yourself in a position where you're gonna get robbed by one being like having like a purse that like is very easy to take off of your body, and like people hear this all the time, but I know, like, last summer when I was in Italy, like, my friend's mom got $1,000 stolen off of her on her second day here. Because what the pickpockets did, they were on the subway. She was, like, fumbling through her wallet, and some guy ran into her, like, and made her all like, oh, my God, like, I don't know what's going on. And then another girl ran into her and took her wallet and went, like, just got off at the next stop. And before she even realized it, like, this girl was like running away. So like pickpocketers are not dumb, like they do this for a living. So yeah. And maybe also I think it's one thing to have like the right materials, like a fanny pack, but it's another thing to also present yourself in a way that makes you seem harder to steal from. Like my friend's mom, I think she like seemed all like flustered and everything, kind of confused, like clearly not comfortable in her environment, and so they're like, yeah, she's the one. And like honestly, I don't blame them, like, yeah, but like I've never had an experience where someone tried to steal off of me, and I think just like being calm and knowing what you're doing. And
I don't think there are a lot of pickpocketers here.
in Ann Arbor?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, not in Ann Arbor. I mean when you're traveling somewhere else.
Europe.
No
stereotypes.
Asia. China, bro.
Not in Korea though.
Yeah,
like,
Korea seems
yeah.
fine. Like you guys have those like 24-hour like.
I think it's relatively safe. They don't pickpocket usually.
No, China's.
But I heard something about like Europe. Pickpocketing.
Yeah, You ever been to Europe?
I've been, but it's been a long time.
Where'd you
Okay.
go?
I like a whole tour. It was like, I don't even like Austria, Germany, Switzerland, Czech.
Oh shit.
I think there were a few more, but I forgot.
Like just for fun?
Family, like vacation thing.
You went on a whole family vacation to like all those countries?
Yeah, like when I was young, when I had more time,
Damn.
before high school, before junior year of high school, you know.
That sounds nice.
Yeah, before all of that.
No one in your family got pickpocketed?
I see a lot of videos,
Of
like
people getting
stories.
pickpocketed? Oh, stories, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird. And then usually also it's not a great idea to wear a backpack behind you.
Yeah.
Unless you have like locks on your zippers or stuff. Or just have something to like safeguard it. I like to like tie a scarf around my zippers.
Do you like to meet people when you're traveling?
Like locals?
Like people who are also solo traveling, for example. Let's say you're traveling by yourself, and then do you like to see other people?
I think if I'm solo traveling, it'd be nice to meet other solo travelers. So it's just not as lonely, you know?
Yeah.
And also you feel more safe in a group.
Yeah. It's just like, I was just thinking about the travel app. What if they know who's residing in that specific place for how long, when, and they kind of match them up?
That would be interesting. That would definitely be a little bit further down the road. But no, I mean, the whole idea behind the app also was like to gear towards solo travelers. So like they have a plan and like they know what to do exactly. And also another feature we want to implement is like safety. It's like letting people know where's the safest to go and stuff.
Do you care about the age?
No.
So let's say, because personally, let's say it's not like a traveling thing, but let's say I'm staying in a place, but I don't want to see like kids like crying, running back and forth.
That's interesting. We actually didn't think about that, but maybe I'll bring it up the next time.
So it's like, oh, I would like to see more of my age. Then they're gonna like.
Or it's like we
so
suggest to go to bars when someone's not 21 yet. That's another feature. That's another thing, you know. I think people pickpocket in New York. I actually forget.
I don't know. I've never gotten pickpocketed, so can't say. So I'll say nah. There's no pickpocketing.
No pickpockets in the world at all.
Yeah, because I haven't gotten pickpocketed.
And my experience is universal.
Yeah. So travel tips.
I had more to say about that. But I forget.
So there's a personality. What are the other ones on the app?
The nature versus.
They're not other than personality. How do they match people up with the place?
Well, then that's it.
Personality?
After that, then the itinerary is generated. People don't have the patience to like go through multiple steps, right? You just want it immediately.
Yeah.
And like you can edit it afterwards.
Yeah.
So that's another feature basically.
Oh, we should go over your China trip.
Okay. It's true.
Yeah.
There's too much.
How long was it?
Like over 2 weeks.
Oh, 2 weeks. So you landed.
Oh.
Where'd you go? To see your family?
Well, I landed in Shanghai. And,
okay.
Picked up by my cousin picked us up,
and
then our friend took us to dinner. It was so good. Like that first meal there was literally one of the best things I'd had my entire life. It was like spicy food. It was like Hangzhou cuisine, and then we got like a whole fish, like a bunch of different dishes, and then at the end we got these like fried mochi dough, and you dip it in like brown sugar. So there's like the brown sugar powder, the brown sugar syrup, and you dip it in the syrup and then the powder, and it's like crunchy and chewy and soft and sweet.
Do you have a picture?
I do.
I want to share it.
It was amazing. And then at the end, because my friend was friends with the restaurant owners, we paid $25 American for the entire meal for the three of us. And it was just magical.
Wow.
It was beautiful. When did I go?
I think it was Thanksgiving.
Oh yeah, November. This might take a second. But I think like the jet lag fucked me up for the first 5 days at least or more. Like, but we were in Shanghai, which is like the center of, like, it's very touristy. Like a lot of, even though no Americans or like foreigners, you could say, go, there are still a lot of people from different parts of China that visit Shanghai. So it was like there's this whole strip of just like shopping, and you see like the brands like Fila and like the, like pretty like conventional big brands, but then there are these cool little shops too where like there's the street food. Just goes crazy. And I like Tanghulu. I haven't had
that's trendy.
I haven't had
That's trendy.
That is,
yeah,
bro.
that's trendy.
I haven't had Tanghulu since I was like a little girl, and my first bite, my first Tanghulu back was like it brought me somewhere that I did not know existed. Where like it was so good.
Wait, how much is it in China?
Tanghulu.
Yeah.
Probably like 50 cents.
50 cents?
Yeah, I don't know. Everything's so.
That's so cheap.
All the street food's so cheap. I don't really pay attention to how much it is because I'm like, take all my money, bro.
Because Tanghulu in Korea, it's so expensive because.
Really? Oh, because fruit is expensive, right?
No, like if it's trending, if something is trending, they raise the price up.
Oh no, not in China, bro.
Yeah.
Like they stick to their roots.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Tanghulu.
Oh my god, yes. Okay, see.
Oh, this one?
Look at how perfectly they're stacked. And they're so pretty. And show the...
What is it? Zoom. Oh.
Is it focus?
Focus. Oh, yeah. Got it.
Yeah. Oh, that picture just makes me, like, salivate. Doesn't it, like, do you have sit like this in Korea?
I don't, it's like a different food, so
And this was
can't compare.
Food we had.
Zoom in the food.
Ah. Oh.
What was that? Like
some noodles. This is like, look at how much spice is on there. That one was really good. And then they also gave us this tray of just like appetizers and it's like nuts and crackers. Makes me sick.
So it was good. The first day was good.
Makes me sick that I can't eat that right now. Yeah, and then we like walked around the road, and so a couple of the things that, well, one, it was really easy for me. I'm trying to stick on the theme. It was really easy for me to fit in because I was like, I'm like, wow, I look like everyone around me. This is amazing. Like, this isn't. I can't remember the last time this has happened to me in my life, and so. As long as I didn't talk, they were like, "Oh, this girl, this girl's clearly Chinese." And the second I opened my mouth, they're like,
like half Chinese,
American flavor. I can smell it off of you." So yeah, I didn't. At the beginning, I had a really hard time like speaking to people in Chinese because I'm like, dude, like I don't belong here. But also, there was this famous like. You would call it viral, but in China, things are just famous, like popular. And it was this like popular mochi stand. And it was like the freshest mochi that I'd ever seen in my life. It was just like these giant, and they were giant. It was like, they only had like 3 flavors, but the line went so far. And the place is just like a window. It's like a window stand. You can't even go in. And you buy like, it's like, there was this like matcha one, red bean, black sesame, brown sugar. And they're so fresh because like they're just on these trays and they just made them, and then they just like give them right to you, and it's like I don't remember how much it was probably like $3 again, and it's like so amazing. And also in China, this was travel trip. If you go to China, you have to like forget all the manners that you ever learned in American culture, like everything.
No way, cutting line always.
Yeah, like there's no such thing as cutting in line. Like everyone cuts in line. If you don't cut in line, then you're never gonna get to the front. That's the thing. Like genuinely. And everyone, like, you're at the front, everyone's like looking over your shoulder, like, oh, when's this bitch gonna be done? And
they get really close to you, like they go into your, what is it, the comfort.
Yeah.
The bubble.
No, that's
like,
the thing. The comfort zone, like your bubble doesn't doesn't exist in China. Like I cannot emphasize this enough. Like there's no such thing as excuse me. There's no term in China for saying excuse me, you know. It's only like maybe after you bumped into someone and it was like an old lady, you say like 不好意思, which is like, oh my bad, you know.
Oh my bad.
Yeah, my bad, but I definitely did it on purpose. Like there are a couple experiences where, so for example, in this line where I'm trying to get my fucking mochi, and like everyone, like people like to stand close to you to symbolize
like, oh, get out, yeah,
like
do it fast,
yeah, or like to symbolize that I'm next in line. You know,
okay.
The closer you stand to the front of the line, the closer, like the more next you are, and it's just something you have to get used to. And like people going up to the front to look at the menu will just never go back to their place in line. They'll just stay there. And then like it works. Like it really works. No one's going to say anything because everyone does it. And then I went on a couple tour groups in China. It's a lot of old ladies and like it's like a big group of people and like people were just touching me and like nudging me and like trying to get to the front. And like they genuinely just push people because if they want to see something that's in the front, they're going to see it. And so I was tired of it by the end of the trip. By the end of the tour, I pushed this old lady just a little bit. And, you know, I'm big. I'm a big girl. And so she looks at me and she's like, oh, because it was a little bit past the point where it's like acceptable there.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, God damn it. The one time I try to do this, like unbelievable. Yeah, people like don't smell great either.
Oh, they don't smell great. Oh.
I mean, it's just, dude, I don't want to dog on China, but like because it's such an old country, like it is dirty in some places because there are like very developed places, but then those places, not everywhere develops at the same speed.
Gotcha.
You know.
So everything went good first week. What's about that? What about the second week?
Well, it's
about the same.
Actually, it's just I went to different places. Like I went to Shanghai, then I went to Suzhou, Hangzhou, which is like the silk capitals of China, like the world basically. That was cool. And then I went to Anqing. That's where like my family was, like half my family was. So it was nice to like see my aunts again. I forgot I had aunts and cousins and a grandma. That was awesome. And like they just like want to buy me things, you know. And it's like I was so stuffed with food by this point because my body, like I would eat so much food the day before. I would wake up full the next day, but I'd have to eat breakfast. So I'd live the whole day full and just repeat the cycle. And like when I was with my family, it's a really big deal to like qing people, which is like let me take you out to dinner or let me do like,
they fought over like checks, right?
Yeah, well, constantly. Yeah, and
I got this.
Every single day we'd go out to a very big meal, and I felt so sick by the end of it. Like it was so bad, but there was so much good food, and I'm like, so I was really at a crossroads. Like the amount of food I ate, I probably could have split it up along 4 weeks. But I was only 2 weeks, you know. And there was so much like leftovers every single time, and there's alcohol and desserts. And my cousin, like all my cousins are guys, one child policy, and they're all older than me by a good amount. So I saw my one cousin there, and naturally, I'm the little sister, I'm the little princess. So they like bring me out, and like every single thing that that caught my attention even a little bit, they're like, do you want it? I can buy it for you. And like it was cool and stuff.
That's
like
nice.
Then I got scared to look at things because they're like, I don't want it. I just like looking at things, you know. And there are a couple times where I like Tang Hulu always just grabs my attention. And every single time they'd ask me if I wanted it. And
Oh, that's nice.
I was so full. I was like, sometimes I had to say no. But yeah, that was nice. And then I went to Beijing.
Mm-hmm.
Went to the Great Wall of China for the first time,
Mm-hmm.
which is crazy to me. Like I thought I went when I was little, but I don't know. And then I saw like the whole like Tiananmen Square, Temple of Heaven. Temple of Heaven was really cool. Just like beautiful, like palaces and everything. And my uncle's Indian. Oh my god, I forgot about this. So yeah, my uncle's Indian, so he owns a really like famous Indian restaurant in Beijing. Like he feeds all the like the Nepali diplomats and stuff when they come. Like he's like very like government centered restaurant, because so that everyone knows that all the Indian like government officials know that when they come to Beijing they have this Indian food to eat, which is kind of cool. And so I went, and it was so good. And then it made me feel so sick though. Like at night I was tossing and turning, and then on the way to the Great Wall of China I threw up. It was so bad. It was terrible. And then after that my appetite was just like fucked for the rest of the trip. And like there was still so much good food in front of me. So I'd eat a little bit, feel sick again, and eat a little bit and then feel sick again. But then after Beijing, went back to Shanghai for my flight, and I made sure another really good street food there is the yogurt in a bottle, because the yogurt's not the same in Asia. I don't know about, actually, just in China. Like it comes in a bottle, so you drink it. And it's like this very specific flavor that's just like so comforting.
Oh, what's the flavor? It's like
I don't know.
Fruit
It's like
flavored, or is it?
No, it's it's like cream flavored, but it's a little bit sour
gotcha.
and like milky and like sweet. There's no such thing as like flavored yogurt, I think, in China. It's all like one flavor. And on my flight I made sure to bring a tonghulu with me. I brought it through security so I could eat it on my flight.
Wow.
Yep. And that's it. And then
It's school.
you added a bunch of family conflict and drama, and then that completes it. A lot of it, actually.
So you and your mom went there, or you mom and then your dad?
It's just me and my mom. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you fought with your mom, or
well, it was more like my mom fought with the rest of her family, and I was just like there, you know.
Okay, gotcha.
Like, oh my god, there's so much history here that I don't understand. So what am I supposed to say here?
Oh, they talked about like something that happened
like
way back
50 years ago. Yeah, or like 30 years ago.
I'm like, why?
Yeah, like and I was just there to hang out. Yeah, it was good. I'd go back.
You go back.
Yeah. Dude, if I ever go to Korea, would you be my tour guide?
Yeah.
Okay.
But the thing is, I don't live in Seoul. That's the thing.
Where do you live?
Daejeon.
Like, where is that?
Like below.
How far away are you
like
from?
Hour and a half.
Okay. But you can't you take like public transportation?
Yeah.
See, I feel like public transportation in Korea is very...
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. I mean, you just need to stay in Seoul, and that's about it. You don't need to go anywhere else.
Nowhere else?
You could go all the way down to Busan. Like,
yeah. I've heard that
you don't
place
have
is good.
to. Like, you can just stay in Seoul, do the thing. You'll be fine.
Yeah, but I like to get a little bit of both. I love the whole touristy experience, but also like I want to go see the other places too. I would go to, was it Bhutan?
Busan.
Bhutan.
Busan. Busan.
Oh, Busan.
Busan. Yeah. Busan.
Okay.
Because I asked my family why we're not going to China, and they said something about because of the politics, like it's hard to get like a visa or something.
Yeah.
If you're not like Chinese.
Yeah, it is. Like I got mine quick because I have family there.
And you're Chinese, basically.
Yeah, and I'm Chinese. Yeah. I mean, but like I'm American, but they make it extremely hard for foreigners to get around in China. At this point, everything's based on WeChat and TikTok. Like you can order, like you go to a bubble tea place and they're like, oh, you just have to click these buttons on TikTok, and like
TikTok shop.
Yeah. It's like it is insane actually how much they were like they didn't take card, like
Huh?
they didn't take card. No, like they have this thing called, like they have WeChat QR codes and it's connected to their bank account. And so like not a single soul swiped a card when I saw anything there.
Apple Pay? Do they have Apple Pay?
No, it's like they have WeChat. They don't, and it's like
that's
they
fascinating.
made it very, and it's like we couldn't use it because we don't have a Chinese bank account and we're not Chinese citizens, so we can't open one. And so it took my mom the entire trip to finally figure out how to open one, with the help of like her family. And then we connected it to our WeChat, and they're like, you have to wait 14 days for this to process. And so it's clearly not something meant for a tourist. But then I kind of found out there are some other apps you can use,
like third-party apps.
Yeah, but that's not something my mom could figure out because she's like a 60-year-old like boomer. But me, I figured that out afterwards, and so like we had a very difficult time trying to pay for things there.
So let's say you're a foreigner and that you're trying to visit China.
Yeah.
Like, how should you pay for things?
Well, then like you got to know what the third-party apps are, and it's at that point then you scan the QR code, you scan theirs or they scan yours, and probably have TikTok. Like TikTok, like they rely a lot on it, and like it's crazy how it's like an online ordering
On TikTok?
Yeah, like a lot of I don't even know what feature of TikTok they're using.
TikTok
but somehow my like family friend used TikTok to order boba for us at this boba place. Like, I don't even know how that worked.
That's crazy. I know the TikTok shop is popping.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
But because, like, a lot of the products are from China, I think maybe it's more developed in China.
And there's another feature in China, which is you order through TikTok. You go to a restaurant and you order through TikTok.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yo, that's crazy.
It kind of like you have a fine dining experience, but you have to order through TikTok.
Maybe it's going to come here. Do you think it's going to come to America? Like ordering through TikTok at a restaurant.
Dude, I don't know. I mean, do I think it's going to make it here? Not for a while, but I don't even know if I want it to make it here because everything in China just seems like it's so digitized and it's like doesn't feel real anymore. Like you can't just no one walks into a place anymore and orders boba in person. Like how dare you? They don't even have a person running the register anymore because they know that every person in here like has a way to order online.
What about kiosk? Like something like a machine.
They didn't even have that.
They didn't even have that?
No.
You go to a restaurant, menu.
Some of them did, but like this, I'm thinking about this one bubble tea experience that I had where like it almost seemed. It's extremely convenient for the people who had TikTok or whatever, but it's extremely difficult for the people who didn't. You just want some bubble tea.
Wow.
Yeah. So I saw one white person my entire time there. Dude, I don't know. It's tough being a white person trying to travel to China, I think.
Yeah.
Like, especially with the politics now. But like, I don't know. You're like Korean, so.
Yeah, it's still hard to get into China.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's tough. Yeah. I don't know what to say. I can't really.
Yeah. So because we couldn't go to China, we went to Japan when I was in Korea instead.
You went? Oh, like just now?
When I was in Korea.
Like this past couple of weeks.
Yeah. Because it's like
Japan?
It's very cheap. It only takes hour and a half.
Yeah, I want to go to Japan. Yeah, like I feel like Korea and Japan are like.
Yeah, they're like basically you can commute.
Mm-hmm. It's like I gotta go to work in Japan.
Yeah. Oh, I'm hungry. Well, let me go to Japan. Not that. It's too far. Like for a weekend I'll go to Japan, something like that.
So what'd you do?
I went to Tokyo and then Kyoto.
Oh.
So those two.
So what do you do?
I don't know. Personally, I don't really like traveling that much because it's the same thing, same building, same nature.
Mm-hmm. Eat food.
The food was okay actually. I didn't really like the food in Japan.
What?
There are only few dishes.
Okay, like what?
Ramen.
Mm-hmm.
Like something curry.
Sushi. Yeah, but like
That's
there are
about
many
it.
variations of
Nah,
those.
there aren't that many like kinds of food in Japan. There
That
only like
makes
specific,
sense.
like a few.
But you would say Korea has a larger. I think Korea has a pretty decent
Yeah.
variety, right?
Japan and then Korea and then China has the most kinds of food.
Well, obviously, China's just fucking
Yeah.
huge.
I wanted to go to China. What?
Well, you'll get there. Maybe
I'll get there.
If you get there, then I'll be your tour guide.
Yeah. And I have to get the visa. I go in there. Also, when I was in Japan, since I didn't have a phone number, it was very hard to even like book a restaurant.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because
Yeah, we had that
Yeah.
same problem too because we didn't have phone numbers. My mom just straight up bought a Chinese phone, like a Chinese iPhone 15.
yeah,
Because like she just like for the future, but it's extremely difficult. We had have our friends do everything for us. It was awful.
like unless you make a reservation, you're gonna have like an hour long wait.
Or like
Every restaurant.
public transport, like if you're trying to take the bullet train,
Uh-huh.
obviously everything you should be able to do online, but one, because we weren't Chinese citizens,
Mhm.
and also we didn't have those like we didn't have a Chinese phone number. We had to wait in the long ass
Yeah, I
like
know.
in-person line, which is so painful, and then they had to take our American passports and type in every number individually, so everything's just more difficult
Yeah.
as a non-Chinese citizen.
So I like being here. It's like very
Yeah.
convenient.
I like being in
So I like
America
being
too.
It's very convenient. Apple Pay, boop. It's like
Yeah.
car drive, go places.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. After that experience, I was like, I'm so glad I'm American. Like, I like being Chinese,
Yeah.
but also, like, I'm glad I'm an American citizen for
Yeah.
sure.
As soon as I landed here, it's like, data's working. I have my phone number.
Yes.
I know the language.
Yeah. Well, you don't, like, how well do you know Korean?
Korean's is fine, but when I went to Japan, it's like, I don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah. Wait, are you an American citizen?
Yeah.
Okay. You're not, like, dual or anything?
Dual.
Korean and American? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I wish I was a dual citizen, but guess what? China doesn't allow that.
They don't allow dual.
Yeah. Like, on top, cherry on top, you're not allowed to be a dual citizen in China.
Damn.
Yeah.
So all the Chinese people here, they have to go back to China after, unless they're getting a job
yeah.
here.
That's like the universal international Chinese experience.
That's the same for Korea too. Why?
Yeah, but you're a citizen, so
Yeah,
it's
so
fine.
I'm fine.
But like for Chinese people, they literally have no choice unless they change their citizenship.
No dual citizenship.
Yep.
Yeah. Wait, were you able to get on YouTube?
I use VPN.
VPN.
They
So
don't use Google
yeah.
over there.
So at night when you're on your phone, you're trying to go on Instagram. Wait, can you go on Instagram?
How to use a VPN? Like everything was so painful. Like for the first 7 days, I don't think I used anything on my phone
No social media.
except text because I
Yeah.
had an international data plan.
Oh, you bought one?
Well, I already had one, or it was like part of my plan for T-Mobile or something.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Because when I was in Korea, I couldn't use my international text messaging. At first, I used it, and someone told me, "Yo, I feel like international messaging costs like, I don't know, 10 times more or something."
Yeah.
So
you don't get a SIM. You don't have a SIM card, like a Korean SIM card.
I have a Korean SIM card, but if I'm trying to, but it's a different number.
Yeah, but you still keep your own contacts, right? So just text all the people that you like normally text, and then they'll
Using
save,
Korean number.
and then they'll save your Korean number, and then.
But if they're trying to text me,
yeah, I mean, yeah, they won't be able to text you, but if you like text them first and let them know, then it'll work. But it's hard because like, what if someone's trying to reach out to you that you didn't think of?
So let's say you didn't have the plan, right? The
Mhm.
international messaging plan. Would you have responded? Because I didn't respond after like a few days after
Yeah.
realizing, oh wait, it's gonna cost a ton of money. I didn't respond.
If I didn't have the international plan.
Uh-huh.
Well, no, yeah, just use like WhatsApp or something, or WeChat. Use anything.
Oh, gotcha,
there are so many
gotcha.
messaging things out there. But yeah. Wait, what time is it? I think I have a meeting soon.
Yeah. 1 o'clock.
Oh, it's 1.
Perfect.
Okay, that works.
Anyway, thank you guys for watching / listening. I'll see you guys in the next video.
Bye bye.